Good afternoon once again. So actually, this is the second time I record the summary discussion for the gender, article, and number topic for the Spanish kasi nawala ng kuryente. Tapos hindi pala na-record yung dinidiscuss ko. So I'll be repeating it again. So starting with the first slide, we have there the approaches to teaching and learning. Okay. So we have the structural view, functional view, and communicative view of language teaching and learning. So in a broader sense, when we say structural view, it focuses on language as a system of structurally related elements like phonemes, grammatical units like phrases, clauses, and the lexical items used for the transmissions of meaning. To put it simply, when we say structural view, it simply refers to the parts of speech, the words that we use to communicate. Para ejemplo, he ate lunch. So he is pronoun. This is the structure. Ate is the verb. Lunch is the noun. So for the functional view, when we say function, it focuses on how the word act or is used or functioned in the sentence. Another view of this is that it views language as a linguistic system, but primarily as a means for doing things. Suggesting, advising, apologizing. What is your goal? Ano ba yung objective mo or intention mo in communicating? And then, and to put it simply, let's say, for example, he is the pronoun, ate is the verb, lunch is the noun, this is the structure. Now, what is the function of the pronoun he in the sentence? The function is the subject. It acts as the subject in the sentence. What is the function of the word ate, which is verb in the sentence? So it is the verb of the sentence. Transitive verb to be exact. Let's make this exact. Transitive verb. Okay, transitive verb to be exact. While the function of the word or the noun lunch in this sentence, the function is direct object. So paano ba nag-function yung mga salita? And another functional view is, ano ba ang goal? Ano ba intention? Mag-sorry, mag-offer, magpaliwanag, mag-explain, diba? Then we have the term interactional or communicative approach or views of language. It considers language as a communicative tool. So as communicative tool daw siya. Okay. Used to build and maintain a social relation. So yung key term, social relation, it reflects culture and particular situational pragmatics. In language teaching and learning, when we say communicative or interactional view, I will not focus on discussing the grammar, the functional views, or the function of the words in the sentence. No limited grammar explanation, but instead, I will give you specific scenario or situation. Like in Spanish, the situation is buying in market or buying in market or traveling or riding a train. So what are the phrases or sentences, pre-constructed sentences or phrases that you can use? And then I will just give you time to practice it. So communicative is more on a real life application agad. Diba? Anong sasabihin nyo kapag sasakay kayo ng train? Ano yung proseso? Ano yung common terms used? So you learn it by acquisition, by imitation, by modeling. Hindi na natin discuss masyado yung tungkol sa grammar. Paano kinonstruct yung sentence? Yun yung communicative approach. A simpler definition. So yan, proceed tayo sa gender. Okay, for the gender and gender agreement, as I've mentioned to you in class, lahat ng salita, if in English we only have subject-verb agreement, in Spanish we have number, gender, agreement. So hindi lang subject and verb. All of the parts of speech, yung basic parts of speech like the determiner, article, The noun, the pronoun, the adjective, the verb, the adverb, may mga ano yun, gender, may lalaki o babae. So what is the nouns and gender? So that's the summary of that. Lahat may gender. Ano naman yung rule? Adjective, article, pronouns must agree. Yun nga, nasabi ko na rin. And paano ba nalalaman yung gender? For masculine, usually, the term usually, because it is not all. There is always exception to the rule. So usually, the word that ends in O or aje, men, gen. Para ejemplo, el origin, it ends in gen. So it is male. So you will use the determiner el or the origin. And if it is female, it usually ends in a, ad, ed, ud, iyon, umbre, ie. Para ejemplo, la ciudad, the city. So nagtapos siya sa ad, which means yung syudad or yung city is a female. So gagamitin nyo is yung female determiner, la. Okay, so may exemption to the rule. Some nouns like la mano, diba? Levanta su la mano, raise your hand. La mano. Yung mano, kamay. And it ends in O. But, sabi sa rule, kapag daw O, dapat masculine. Dapat el mano. Pero bakit feminine yung ginamit? La mano. So, that is an exemption to the rule. La mano. Kaya ang sabi ko sa inyo, the practical way is to just remember it when you encounter it. Diba? Kaysa kakabisaduhin nyo. Tapos may exemption din naman pala. Para ehemplo, la mano. Female yung noun, male yung determiner. So, la mano, the hand. Another example, el problema. Problema ends in a, which is supposed to be feminine. So, dapat lalaki. Feminine, dapat babae. Dapat la problema. Pero ang ginamit natin na determiner ay el, pang lalaki. Okay, baliktad pala yung kanina sa lamano. So, yung lamano, nagtapos sa o, so, panlalaki dapat. Dapat el mano. Pero ang ginamit ay pang babae na la. So, ano siya? Exemption to the rule. So, kailangan tandaan na lang kapag na-encounter para mas madali. But also, it is helpful if you will be able to memorize this rule. Kasi at least, pag nakita niyo yung noun, tapos nagtapos siya sa o or aje, men, gen, then, most likely, ang ikakabit niyong determiner or article ay el or los, panlalaki. Okay. So, I'll end it here kasi yung continuation nito, real life example, nandun sa continuation. Yeah, that's all. Okay, like what I've mentioned, the sentence structure between English, Tagalog, and Spanish are almost the same. Except for some of the adverbs and adjectives wherein nagkakabaliktad. Para ejemplo, in English, a tall boy. Tall is the adjective and boy is the noun being described by the adjective tall. Pero in Espanyol, the noun, substantibo, nauna siya kumpara dun sa adjetivo or sa adjective. So, una muna yung boy bago yung tall, which is chico. And then tall is alto. So, un chico, alto. To describe a tall boy. Un chico, alto. So, we use the determiner a, which is un. Panglalaki, which is male. Dali. This one. Okay. So, un is for male. So, kailangan male lahat yan. Panglalaki dapat lahat. Un, chico, alto. But for a clean house, you say, la casa está limpia. La, female. So, dapat, female lahat ng gagamitin nyo for this specific phrase. La, which means the. La casa está limpia. So, kung panlalaki dapat lahat ng salita. Kung pambabae lahat ng salita. That is for the gender rule. Oh, for the Spanish article, we have el. We have the different articles. yung mga aanda natin. So we have the first one, the, used for specific noun na kagaya ng binigay kong list of 20 nouns relevant to your program. So L for singular male, la for singular female, plural is los for plural male, las for plural female. We also have the indefinite article, yung a, an, and in Spanish, some. Introduces in English, aan lang. Walang some. Pero in Spanish, we have some as an indefinite article. Indefinite pronoun, yung some. Pero article, hindi. Sa English yun, ha? So in Spanish, kasama yung indefinite pronoun na some as an indefinite articles in Spanish. So it introduces new or unmentioned nouns. So for the singular, male, singular, female, una. Plural, male, unos. And female, plural, unas. So special pronunciation rule, feminine singular nouns, starting with a stressed a or ha, use L. L daw ang gagamitin kapag stressed a or ha ang beginning ng word instead of la. So ito yung reason, ito yung rule para dun sa example natin na L agwa. Kasi sabi pagka nagtapos sa a, feminine usually, pero L ang ginamit. So the reason behind this or the rule for this is this one. If the word starts with a strong or stressed a or ha, L ang gagamitin natin instead of la. So though they are feminine pa rin yung agwa, L agwa, the water, L agwa, the water. Female yung noun agwa, pero male yung determiner or article na ginamit natin. So real life example, if you say, I like coffee, Spanish requires the definite article, me gusta el café. Me gusta, I like. I gusta, like. A coffee or the coffee that you gave, yun. Next, plurals and number agreement. Ito naman, for number, singular or plural. Practices na. Ito na yung last topic. So, simplified na to. Class 1, singulars ending in an unstressed vowel. An unstressed vowel, add S. Like mesa, magiging mesas. Class 2, singular endings in consonant. Pag nagtapos daw sa consonant, add ES. Para ehemplo, Ray, Reyes. Group 3 or class 3, singulars ending in stressed. Stressed, E. We also add ES. Para ehemplo, Irani, Iranies. Irani, Iranies. And the last group, singulars ending with S in an unstressed syllable, simply do not change. Para ehemplo, El Martes. Martes pa rin siya. Ang babaguhin nyo lang ay yung article. From singular L to plural los. Para ehemplo, su nombre, su apelyido, when referring to a family, surnames usually stay singular. Los Perez. Hindi nyo siya sasabihin na Los Perezes. Ito lang ang magbabago. Yung article. So example, if you have multiple pencils, you can use class 2 rule. El lapis becomes los lapises. And then mark the spelling again. Na-mention to dun sa video lesson natin. To retain the pronunciation, binabago na lang nila yung spelling. So instead na lapises, lapises. From Z, it becomes C. So may practice tayo. Kindly answer this in your notebook, and this will be part of your recitation. Exercise 1, exercise 2, and exercise 3. Okay, we also have exercise 4. And then exercise 5. So this is the summary discussion for the topic Spanish gender, article, and number.